Let's jump in. It's a pretty tough day in Mission Bay. Went down to my local Tanamera, and they're closed. There's no power into that building. And they'll be surprised with that, but I'm not. That used to be our old office down there, and the power used to go out all the time. There's one little power pole sort of hanging into it. So no cup of tea today. But I will talk about tea, or I'll talk about coffee in the mix that I'm going to present today. So we've got a variety here. Let's start with staging. And this is something that I've just watched over the last couple of weeks, and it is the value of staging. Now, I know all the real estate agents go, oh, you should stage the house, etc., etc. But I just watched the difference on staging, partial staging, and no staging. Example is, when we live at home, we live really cozy. And I'm going to get killed for this, but the Kiwis aren't, you're not European, you're not Italian, your style's just a little bit different. That's why I see Crocs around, people walking in Crocs, which makes me laugh. So in the staging, we're saying, hey, you can't present the house like that, or if you do, it's actually going to discount the house or turn the buyers off. So the staging comes through and changes it out. It is artificial, but it looks better to the buyer coming through. So as I think about that, I go, yeah, when I walk through something that's staged, I go, yeah, this looks really good. But I don't know how to do it. I couldn't say, hey, put that art there, change this around, bring that furniture up, take that furniture down, or change the sequence or the presentation. But I know that it looks good. So that's where I now rely on the expert. And I thought about this. I guess I'm a salesperson and a negotiator, and that's what I enjoy doing. I'm not an artist, and these guys are artists. I reckon they can't negotiate. And I see that when they put their bills through as the staging companies, with respect. But I tell you what, I can't do what they do. So now I rely on the expert. So if you're the agent, I think you need to convey that to the vendor. I can walk into a hotel and go, wow, this is nice. And it's just presented differently to the way I would live at home. To give you an idea, I've actually done the same myself and had a external party. I said, you choose and put the furniture in there in my place, because I'll choose what I like. And I don't think my style's the best. So let's go with your style. And they did it, and I went, wow, I like this. This is very cool. So that's your first one, staging. Partial staging, which is you remove some of the comfy things, get rid of them, and put something else in, or full staging to really lift the property as you go through. Second point, and we're going to go through, I'm going to fire through these today, is luck. I was thinking about luck, looking at luck, researching luck, good luck, bad luck, which are random occurrences. Good luck, something goes right, you win the lotto. You might manifest that, you might believe you do. I think everybody's trying to manifest that. But that's just an example of good luck. I don't think there's much control. Bad luck, not much control, A tree crashes on your car. I don't know what you can do about that except not park under trees. But what I'm going to talk about here is creating luck. So this will be a trick in your mind. You'll think you're lucky, but it's just you're creating the opportunities. So it's the work you do that creates opportunities, and then you go, oh, I've just been lucky with that. I was lucky with the door I knocked on. No, you created the opportunity by knocking on a number of doors, and then you found the vendor at home who was thinking of selling, or even early in the process of thinking of selling. So if you want to have good luck, create it. Create it through your activity, through your hustle. That will give you the opportunities. Goals, nice and easy on this one. 3 tips. First tip, nice and straightforward. Make sure they're written. Write your goals down. Be clear about what you do want. Not what you don't want, but what you do want. So be clear about, I want this, and write it down. And then after that, tip number 2, read it. Just read it all the time so that it's ingrained in you. So we shake you at midnight and wake you up and go, what's the goal? You know it straight away. You've got clarity around it. Now, once you've got that and you've got the clarity, then the last step I'm looking at there is question every activity. Does this take me to my goal or away from my goal? And that helps you with what your priority is at any given day, any given moment, any given hour, any given opportunity that you're sitting in. So if you're a salesperson, you're sitting in a house and you are wasting the vendor's time and your time, it's not going to be a property for you or a method of sale for you. Let them know, because it's not getting you closer to your goal. If your goal is more listings, go and knock on more doors. Absolutely do that. Or work your database harder so you're in front of more people. So have your goals in writing, read them, get them ingrained, and then use them as the measure of the activity you're doing at any one time. Does this get me to my goal? Now, I spoke about at the top of this, I spoke about Tanamera and the power being out in Mission Bay, parts of it. So everybody who goes in there, I think probably 99% of the people get coffee. I don't, I drink tea. Haven't drunk coffee in years. And I question coffee. I think coffee is an indicator to me that there's three issues going on for a person. And I think the three issues are simply sleep, exercise, and water. And I think the coffee compensates for that. If you haven't had your, people will say, if I haven't had my coffee, I'm not on fire yet, or I don't wake up till I've had my coffee. Yeah, there's a bit about the taste. I like the taste of tea-ish. The way I drink it. But coffee, yeah, that tastes nice. I accept that. But if it is picking you up, then it's simply doing that because you've got a problem in probably all three of those areas. Your sleep is insufficient, clearly. Your water intake, insufficient. And your exercise regime, insufficient. Water, I reckon the target for a guy my size and with my activity level, 4 liters a day. That's the minimum. And then on top of that, I'll have the teas coming in. So 4 liters a day will hydrate me as I go through. Exercise, a little bit harsh, but a little bit of exercise will give you a little result. So don't be surprised. A lot of exercise will give you a lot of result. You'll be fitter, faster, stronger, more healthy, and have more energy than anybody else. But you do a little bit, you're wasting your time. You'll get a little result as you go through. And also, if you do strong core exercise or intense cardio exercise or intense exercise in the morning, I think you raise your body temperature. And I see that with people rugged up and the people that work out hard early in the gym in the morning, and early for me is only 7 o'clock because I need to sleep, then the rest of the day, my temperature is higher than the rest. I'm not having to rug up. And then sleep, 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, no, 6.5, still a deficit. 7 hours, I think ideal. And if you haven't seen Aura or the Aura ring, consider getting one of those. So just Google that, O-U-R-A, I think, Aura. It's unbelievable. There's one there. Tracks everything. Tracks my sleep, walking equivalent, exercise, resting heart rate during the day, temperature while I'm sleeping, and it goes on and on and on. So every morning I look at my sleep and go, okay, yep, sweet. Time in bed, time asleep. I need to get more as I go through. It tells me you're rested, you're ready to go, good recovery, and you can fire it up. Has your activity goals for the day, and then it's how much can you smash that by? Can you get 100% over activity goal or 150% over as you run through? Resting heart rate, you're watching that over your sleep to see, are you fit enough or are you not looking after your body? Now, last one that we'll jump in is skill. I was thinking about this with the salespeople. We've got a really big team, fantastic agents. I love their skill levels. I love the training that they do. Appreciate the guys that sat down with us last week, did 9 hours on auction training, 2 big days for them. But they're experts now in doing that. Here's the skill. I think as real estate agents or even as a salesperson, your skill is explaining to the consumer the benefits and why they should engage in the product or the service that you're offering them. So they need to understand how it works, why it works, and then they need to be able to go with it or say that's not for them. Now, if you've pitched something and it's not for them, you've got the horse before the cart. You need to understand what they need to achieve and then go, okay, does my product or my service match that? If it doesn't, stop them in their tracks. Don't waste their time. And certainly don't waste your time. Time's valuable. It is your priority as you go through. But if it does match, then explain to them. Get really, really good at explaining to them. And what would you explain as a real estate salesperson? You'd explain the method of sale that matches the market, matches the vendor, matches the property. You'd explain advertising, how it works, how marketing works, layers of marketing, how you get reach to buyers, reach to market, how you would engage with buyers and not lose them, and also how you would negotiate. Now, if you can explain all of that, then the person can understand, okay, you're the right person to go with. If you're failing to do that, take a week off. It'll make no difference to your business. You won't lose any business because most people in a week are probably doing little. So if you take a week off and upskill on those factors, whether you're in retail, you're in real estate or whatever, then I think you'll increase. So improve your skill of being able to explain to a person why this is the answer to them being able to achieve what they want to achieve. So there we go. We fired through, without my tea, we fired through staging, luck, creating it through opportunities and hustle, goals, have them in writing, read them, use them as your priority, as your guide to should I do this or should I not do this. Coffee, eliminate it. Have a go, see if you can eliminate it, see how tough you are or how weak you are. See if you, replace it with water, sleep and exercise, you'll be fine. And then the skill is explaining to the person how your service benefits them. So, and obviously you're doing that from a genuine basis. And I appreciate that when I am the consumer, somebody explains and I go, okay, got it. I didn't understand that. And that is something beautiful when they do it. So there we go. Fired through. Hope that's been of value. Text me, message me if I can help with anything. And always here to help. Thank you. Ciao.